In the Atapuerca Mountains of northern Spain, there is a hole in the earth. It is narrow, it is vertical, and it is deadly. To reach the bottom, you must descend 40 feet through a jagged chimney. At the bottom, the air is thin, the darkness is total. Archaeologists call this place the Cima de los Huesos, the pit of bones. For years, they thought this was just a graveyard, a place where ancient humans fell by accident, until they found number 17. Let's go back to the excavation. The timeline of discovery begins in the 1990s. The work is brutal. The team is piecing together a 430,000-year-old jigsaw puzzle, bone by bone, fragment by fragment. They assemble a skull. They label it Cranium 17. It belonged to an early human ancestor, a precursor to Neanderthals. At first glance, he looks like just another victim of the pit. Maybe he slipped, maybe he died of infection. But then the researchers clean the mud from the frontal bone, and the story changes. 2 holes located right above the left eye. This is where the timeline shifts from archaeology to homicide. The scientists run the ballistics. If this man had fallen into the pit, the rocks would have shattered his head randomly. But these fractures are clean, and they are identical. Same shape, same size, same trajectory. This implies 2 separate blows with the same object. In modern forensics, we have a name for this: a double tap. Now we must reconstruct the final moments of Cranium 17. We travel back 430,000 years. The victim is standing, he is alive. The forensic angle tells us the attacker was right-handed. Why? Because the wounds are on the left side of the victim's face. The first blow was lethal. It cracked the skull, penetrating the brain. Gravity would have taken over. The victim falls, but the attacker wasn't finished. He strikes again to be sure. This wasn't a hunting accident. This wasn't a predator. This was hate. This discovery shattered our understanding of humanity. We like to think that murder is a modern invention, a product of society, or money, or politics. But Cranium 17 proves otherwise. After the murder, the killer didn't leave the body to rot in the open. He dragged it to the pit and threw it in. To hide the evidence? Or was the pit already a place for the dead? We will never know. We will never know the victim's name. We will never know what he did to anger his killer. A stolen mate, a dispute over food. But we know this: 430,000 years ago, 2 people stood on a mountain. Only one walked away. The first murder wasn't a mystery. It was a secret, and the earth kept it until now.